After downloading the ReportViewer, next step is downloading SQL Server. So I'm gonna download SQL Server 2022 evaluation. So let's try this link. So since it's gonna take a little bit of time, I'm just gonna pause the video and I'm gonna be back once the download is finished. If you wish to use the links that I actually used here in this presentation, I'm gonna post them under the video alongside with other things that you might find helpful during the installation of SUS. So just remember, take a look under the video, because you might find quite a lot of different interesting things there. It also in regard to my other videos as well. Oh, I didn't need to even pause the video. I guess it's just gonna download everything, because probably it was just a downloader. So let's go. Okay, so from here let's go to Explorer.exe, so we can actually check our installations. Okay, let's check here. Start with SQL. Just the basic. I'm just gonna install it in the main path. You can of course change the path here and the paths for the database and so on and so on once you're actually installing everything. So now it's just downloading the installation package, so I'm just gonna leave it as that. I'm gonna go back once the install is here. Okay, so as you can see, we are in the next step of the installation. So installation. Okay, wait a moment. Okay, so let's connect. Right, so we are here. We connected successfully. So let's close this down. So here's our evaluation. It was unpacked. Here's the report viewer, and one more thing that we need to download actually. I forgot that before you can actually install ReportViewer, you need to install SQLCrlTypes. So we need to download those as well. If you are interested in best practices, how to install SUS, how to manage GPOs, prepare them for working with Windows Update Services, and so on and so on, you can find a specific video about it on my channel. I worked through this before only on the GUI version, so I configured the whole Windows Update Services, the IIS web server, and I applied all the best practices. I applied HTTPS to SUS, and so on and so on. I created GPOs, so I will link the video. I will leave the link to the video in the description. So if somebody is interested, you can follow up and just take a look upon everything, so it should be configured, and maybe it's gonna be helpful for you as well. In here I'm not gonna actually dwell upon it. just gonna show you how you can install Windows Update Services here on Windows Server Core, and how you can manage it remotely, basically. Types. So now let's first install the types. Install our report viewer. So let's go here, installing the report viewer. So once again, I'm gonna put all the links for you for downloading in the description of this video, so you will have the proper links. So both this and this file, these are for Windows 2012. It's not for Windows 2022. So because you can download SQLCrlTypes for 2022, but it won't work with this report viewer. You need to have a report viewer for version 2012 and the same for the types. Then you will be able to install everything on a version 2022. Right, so now let's restart. Okay, so we are back, and now in order to finish your actually configuration of SUS, we are gonna use the desktop version that I have on my server. From here I'm just gonna run mmc, and I'm gonna add Windows Server, Windows Update Services, snap-in, and of course here we are gonna connect to the server. I'm gonna write the IP address of the server, so my core, I'm gonna connect to my Windows Server Core. And as you can see, automatically we have the configuration wizard here. Okay, so as you can see, why I downloaded both of those, because I just wanted to check if the ReportViewer is gonna work. So let's install SQL sysclr. So this is version from 2012. I'm installing it on the 2020 started evaluation. Now ReportViewer. Okay. What does it say here? Okay, so it needs the other CLR type. Wait a moment, finish. Okay, yeah. So I would need to download the sysclr for 2012 edition. Okay, so let's actually download this sysclr. Unfortunately, everything is running very slow because I have just too many virtual machines. SQLCrlTypes, SQL. So let's try. Gonna download. Okay, let's run. Or let's open. Maybe and then let's try to run it. Okay, yeah. Okay, fine. So now let's go back to our ReportViewer. Once again, ReportViewer. Yeah. So as you can see, I can install it without any problems. I just needed the 2012 expansion. Okay, so this is fine. So now let's maybe refresh. Let's do a refresh for now. Let's go to reports and try to open a report. Okay, it's required for this feature. Okay, so maybe let's try to actually close the console. Let's try to open it once again, and we'll see if that helped. Let's connect to the server. Okay. And there we go, everything works. So of course I won't have any reports because I don't have any workstations or any servers added here, so that won't work. But the reports work, you can use them. So okay, so I think I will conclude this video because it was quite long, and it's mainly because my machine was a little bit slow. But I think you got the picture how to install everything and how you can manage remotely your Windows Server core. So you can basically use IIS to manage the FSUS pool, and you can manage your FSUS and synchronize everything just from another server that has a GUI interface. You just need to connect to the server and you can synchronize everything and set up everything nicely from that point. And of course you can leave everything on default on Windows Server Core, which is gonna be secured, and you're just gonna be remoting um, and doing all the work and all the maintenance from this side. Okay, so if you are interested in things like adding SSL certificates, HTTPS to SUS, applying different additional things to the configuration of IIS and SUS, I invite you to look upon my video, which I made quite a while back on installing SUS and also troubleshooting. I had another video that was related to that about troubleshooting SUS. Many different things that can happen to you when you're running this particular feature, and how to actually conquer those problems and those errors. So I will put the links in this video to those two videos regarding this subject. So thanks again for watching. I hope it was helpful for Windows Server Core. Like and subscribe as always, and I will see you in the next one.